Last August, Governor Maura Healey signed a statewide law allowing accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, to be built by right in single-family zoning districts across Massachusetts. The law took effect on February 2nd. Needham first introduced ADU regulations in 2019 and made changes in 2023 to encourage more development. However, to align the town's bylaws with the new state law, further adjustments are needed. Municipal producer Yu Xiaowen has the report.
At the Planning Board meeting on January 21st, Town Council Chris Heap provided an overview of the draft regulations for the state ADU laws.
Cities and towns cannot, in their local zoning, prohibit an ADU, unreasonably restrict an ADU, or require a special permit for an ADU in a single-family zoning district. And an ADU is defined as a self-contained housing unit with a separate entrance from the principal dwelling that is sized at less than half the gross floor area of the principal dwelling, or 900 square feet, whichever is smaller.
The final regulations released on January 31st closely follow the draft and highlighted three key differences from Needham's zoning bylaw. Needham only allows attached ADUs, while the state law also permits detached units by right. In 2023, the Planning Board proposed loosening ADU restrictions, including allowing detached units with a special permit, but town meeting rejected the idea. Some changes did pass. Homeowners can now rent out either the ADU or the main house with a lease of at least 6 months, but they have to live in one of them. However, the state law goes further, banning owner occupancy requirements altogether. Another difference is parking. Needham requires at least one space per ADU, but the state law prohibits parking requirements for dwellings within a half-mile of a transit station. Although towns are not required to update their bylaw, since the state law overrides them, Heap emphasized doing so would benefit Needham residents.
It is easier and more helpful for people to refer to the local zoning bylaw than it is to try to track down the state regs.
Additionally, the law still gives cities and towns some local controls, such as setting limits on size and dimensional setbacks, requiring site plan reviews, and restricting short-term rentals. At the Select Board meeting on February 11th, Board member Marion Cooley shared the Planning Board plans to bring the bylaw amendments to town meeting this fall.
The Planning Board is trying to understand not different regulations, but a provision related to site plan review and what they can actually do relative to ADUs for site plan review. So that's what's holding them up and not doing it this spring, which is, I think, what many other towns are doing is they're bringing it this spring.
Until then, officials will have to review ADU applications on a case-by-case basis.
If in that window of time somebody wants to build an accessory dwelling unit, there will need to be an analysis performed about what regulations in the existing zoning can be applied to that proposed accessory dwelling unit, and that analysis will be performed by the building department.
For Needham Channel News, I'm Yu Xiaoyuan.